this video is going to be interesting for anybody if you are human and you understand that life is fleeting and short and you can't get it back once you've lived it, and you want to just be intentional about living the life that you have. So I think this video will apply to so many of us. It's going to be just a casual fireside chat, literally. Although I didn't start the fire because I was a little nervous to be the first one to start it in our new house. So we'll sit by the fire and chat. Today, I just wanted to share my thoughts on this year in review, 2019, and the whole next decade coming on ahead of us here. I don't have notes here in front of me. I just want to kind of talk from the heart and show you a vision board that I made at the beginning of this past year, talk about it, tell you what I've succeeded in, where I failed, and just some thoughts for this coming decade. So come along with me and let's get started. My name is Megan Fox. If you haven't seen me before, hi, welcome to my channel. I am a Mennonite mom from Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. And as a Mennonite, that just means I'm a Christian who takes the Bible pretty literally. You can take a look at some of the other videos that I made if you'd like to know more. But basically, I'm just a Bible-believing Christian and I choose to dress modestly and to cover my head. So it's nice to meet you and let's move on. So my friend Hope had a little vision board party here at the beginning of 2019, and Hope, you need to have one again and you need to invite me. I loved it so much. But here is my vision board. If you can see it here, it's very simple. I just printed pictures from Pinterest and online, and I just kind of got my thoughts out on paper. It's really nice. In fact, if you are a mom watching this, you might even want to do this with your girls. I think any age can really enjoy this, 10, 12, 18, 25, 80. Where did I pick those numbers from? That was like super random. Anyway, so I made this at 26, and I'd like to talk to you about why I chose to put these things on my vision board and if I made any of them come true, or if God allowed any of them to come true. So first of all, you will notice that it's very scribbled up. My daughter got a hold of it. Yes, she just turned 2 a little while ago, and so I know not to let her have pens anymore. But yeah, it's still, I think you can still get the gist of the whole idea. So up here in this corner, when I made this vision board, I was 7 months pregnant with my son. And so I knew that big changes were about to happen. Up here in this corner, I just have pictures of a mom with a stroller. Sorry, my lips are super dry, and when they're dry, you can always see it on camera. I'll be right back. Okay, feeling better. I can link these down below. They're like 2 of my favoriteest products ever. Anyway, not sponsored. I think the whole idea of this was that I wanted to be active. Even if I had 2 toddlers, I was very concerned that life would just stop and I'd be stuck at home. And that is true for some people, but it's not true for you if you don't want it to be. It's on your priorities. And for me, my priority was to be outside. I felt so much better. And yes, it takes me sometimes 20 minutes just to get the kids bundled up and out the door, especially in this cold season. But it's so worth it, and the kids love it too. I love it, and it's exercise as well. And so yeah, I also have this picture here of a couple just cuddling in bed. I am married to Josh, and I wanted to continue to be a good wife and have energy for him. And I think what I liked about this picture was that it's just like communication. And I know that the busier life gets, the harder it is to communicate, and I just wanted that to be a priority. I also included some fruity waters. I had just been getting onto that this past winter, and I've continued to use that throughout the year, and I even use flavored tea bags sometimes. It's just a great way to get your water intake up, and we're all so much healthier when we drink more water. Also, I knew I had gained 30 pounds with my son. I was kind of worried about that because with my daughter, I had only gained 20 pounds, and so I felt like kind of huge, even though looking back, I was not huge. I was a very average pregnant lady. But I have 2 15-pound barbells here because I knew I was gonna have to try to lose 30 pounds in the next year. And I have lost 25 of those 30 pounds, but I'm still nursing my son who just turned 9 months old today. And so I know once I stop, then I probably will lose the last 5 pounds. And if I don't, I'm just gonna have to try harder and maybe just make a little more intentional decisions about what I eat and when I exercise. This picture here, I just love how she is just taking time to do nothing with her kids. She's sitting there, laying with them. I have to say I did not do great with this one. I felt like there was a lot of demands this year, as I'll talk about that later, but my workload had just gotten so much more. And so I literally had to be super intentional about it, and I was kind of failing at that a little bit. And I got in check a little bit and thought, you know what? My children are only my children for like 18 years. I gotta do what I gotta do to make sure I have time for them. And so now I've really worked on having certain blocks of time, like right away in the morning and right before nap time in the evenings. I have certain blocks of time where that is for the kids and I'm not gonna be distracted by other things. And we just take time to do nothing. Over here, I have the word better, and that was my word for 2019. I picked it because I just wanted to remember, I was feeling like a lot of pressure, especially, I put it on myself. You know, you see all the Instagram pictures and the perfect YouTube moms, and I just thought I needed to measure up to that. But when I picked the word better for this year, it was a reminder to me that no, I do not need to be like that. I just need to do better in the areas that are driving me nuts, or the areas that I feel convicted that I need to change. I don't have to be the best at that. I just need to, you know, do what it takes to be better each day. And so I really like that word for the year. I will be changing my word for the year. Stay tuned till the end. I'll let you know what I'm kind of thinking about. But yeah, better was a really good word, I think, for me for 2019, just to be better. So you may gladly borrow it if you are looking for a word for you for 2020. And I found that I really like to do words rather than resolutions, because a word will pop into your head all the time. Whereas a whole resolution, you'll kind of tend to forget about it, and soon it falls by the wayside, and then what good was that resolution if you didn't do anything about it? So here I have the year 2019, and I'll just talk about this corner pretty quickly. It's kind of a fun corner. I just wanted to make sure that I did not lose my creativity. I wanted to continue to have ways to use it as a mom, and this is something I can make a whole nother video about. In fact, maybe I'll have to do a multitask with me, but there's this idea that when moms are moms, like, they can barely even get their teeth brushed and their hair combed, and that is true. There are seasons of life like that, I'm not gonna lie. But as a whole, as a majority of your time, it doesn't have to be that way. And one thing I was worried about was that I was not gonna be able to use my creativity. When I was a school teacher, I felt so alive. I could like use my creativity for lesson planning and for art projects, and even for how I wanted to lay out the room, or, you know, with discipline and rewards and things like that. I just was using my creativity all the time, and I was a little bit afraid that being a mom of two was gonna like not give me any way to use my creativity. On these pictures here, you'll see that I have some food. That is a way that moms can be creative. If you like to cook, you can use your creativity in the kitchen. I also have some pictures of some girls with cameras. I wanted to get better at my camera skills. I cannot say that I've gotten super amazing at my camera over this past year. I would like to maybe hone in on that a little bit more, maybe take a Skillshare class or two or something. But yeah, I kind of fallen into a little bit of a rut. I can do the basics, they work, so I haven't been like buying, although I did up my game a little bit when it comes to like equipment and stuff. I have a better lens, I have a new tripod, some things like that. I'm not sure what this picture is about right here, but I think it had something to do with I wanted to take some time at coffee shops for myself, or just to have time to sit and think. I've been able to do that a few times this year thanks to my husband, but it's definitely not like a lifestyle that I have anymore of sitting at a coffee shop and, you know, with my laptop or a book or whatever. It's mom life, and you know what? I'm totally fine with that. I also have the word hospitality here. When we started 2019, we were still living in a small little rancher, and it was doing us fine, but we knew that we were looking to move in the next year or two. And I just wanted to be content with the small space I had and still try to be hospitable. Little did I know that in July we were going to be moving to a grand new place, nice and big, although very dated. And a whole new set of challenges was presented to me where the space wasn't what confined me, but it was like the construction and the ugliness or the datedness of my home, which I should not even say that because I'm very blessed. It's definitely not a real problem to have. But I had to get over this mental barrier of you can still have people over. You can still be hospitable. It's not about your place. It's not about your house or the weeds in the backyard when you're having an outdoor cookout, or, you know, the dust in the corners if people are indoors. In fact, I don't even always clean my toy room up before I have people over because they're just gonna get the toys out again. And that's something that's really freed me to just enjoy spending more time with my guests and stuff. And so I feel like that's something that's really opened my eyes a lot in 2019. And I actually made a whole video about it, chatting about it. If you'd like to watch that, it's up here. It's a multitask with me. Yeah, and I think that it's great to want to do pretty things. I love pretty things. But it doesn't always have to be the forefront of your thoughts when you're thinking about being a hospitable person and inviting people into your home. It's more about your spirit and your attitude when they're coming in. You know, are you freaking out at, you know, the kids grabbing the plants or whatever, or are you just a little more chill? And I tend to be a little more uptight. So that's something that I was working on in 2019. This corner over here is a really exciting corner. My goal at the beginning of the year, I think I was at 7,000 subscribers, which was great. But my goal by the end of the year was to get to 10,000 subscribers. And I thought, you know what? I think I can do it. I think I can. I'm gonna keep working hard. I have another word on here that says growth. I really wanted to focus on growing as a person and as a YouTuber, and hopefully my subscribers would grow as well. And wow, I was blown away. I am now upwards of 70,000 subscribers, which is nuts. I think I'm definitely overrated. There's nothing that special about me, but I just love that you guys come back, and it's my own little creative corner in the world, and I love it so much. I'm really wanting to do it again in 2020. I don't plan on going anywhere if I can help it. And so yeah, just a reminder, if I would somehow my channel would all of a sudden bloop get taken down for some reason, you can find me over on Instagram. God forbid that that would happen. I really do feel like I'm on here not just for myself. I feel like God was nudging me in that direction. And actually, this is funny, but one of my biggest fears is going down in like some YouTube scandal or something. Like sometimes you see that to happen to people on YouTube. Like there's some giant scandal and then all of a sudden they're gone. Like that would be the horriblest, worst ever legacy to leave. And that's like, I want to be on YouTube as long as I want to be on it, and not because some drama happened or anything like that. So that's my one little fear niggling in the back of my head. Like, what if someday I would say something or do something that would be taken wrong? Sometimes you never know how people are going to take you, or if they're going to take the things you say incorrectly. Anyway, all that to say, 10K, blew that out of the water times 7, and I'm at 70 something K subscribers, and I really, really am thankful. So I've just have some pictures on here of workspace because I knew that I wanted to spend some time doing that this year. But this picture here is really what I want to talk about for just a little bit. I chose this picture here because this woman here is just beautiful. And not like in the traditional sense. I mean, yes, she's very pretty. She's blonde. She has like a braid in her hair, and she just looks really feminine and pretty. But I think what makes her so beautiful is that she is just happy being a mom. At least that's what I see in this picture here. And I just love this picture, and I'm like, this is who I want to be, or the type of person I want to be. And that I wanted to know that my calling in life as a mom was the best calling for me. And that being said, we're not all called to be moms, but I was. And so I wanted to be a good one, and I wanted to do my best. I wanted to be intentional, and I didn't want to just survive. And that was something that I wanted to work for in 2019. So I can't say I'm at this level of beautiful, like being totally content as a mother with her baby. But I think I'm getting there. I'm really learning to enjoy it, guys. It really is the best job out there. And that being said, I know some of you are still waiting to be a mom. I pray for you guys daily. Down here is just some more pictures of adventuring with children along. Here we took a lot of bike rides this summer, put the kids in the back of the bike cart and just took them on rides. Did not let them hold us back. Sure, they slowed us down, but they did not hold us back. And so I'm thankful for that. Yeah, just some adventuring pictures here. I have a picture here of just a girl sitting there staring out at a beautiful city in front of her. I wrote the word down, inhale, and just like breathe in and enjoy where you're at. And if I get to go anywhere special in 2019, I wanted to savor it and enjoy it. And I in fact did get to go somewhere special. We went to Florida for 2 weeks. We enjoyed it so much that we're going back again in 2020. And so yeah, I have great hopes for that trip as well. I think it's gonna be a good family bonding time, and yeah, I'm just excited to slow down a little bit. I wrote the word quality beside this picture here. I know that with kids, you can't always spend a large quantity of time with your husband. I wanted that time to be quality time, and we did get a chance to spend time together. And I have to say, again, we did work on that this year. We didn't arrive, but we actually took a marriage class this year called The Art of Marriage, and it was amazing. Like, I think about it almost every day and the things I learned from it, and I feel like we're almost different people after taking it, honestly. So I'll put a link down below to that class. You can get the book, or there might even be somebody leading an Art of Marriage class in your area. It's so amazing. If you are married, definitely take it if you have the chance. Okay, I think I accidentally skipped this here. It's a bag of groceries with a money sign. This kind of went along with my YouTube 10K thing. I wanted to get to the point, I wanted to make enough money a week to pay for the groceries. That was just my goal. And I met it. And I exceeded it. But then we decided, you know what, instead of like just putting it into the bank account with our other savings or whatever, we are going to set up a little savings account for our children for a Christian education. If we decide not to homeschool, we're gonna send them to a Christian school, which that's what it's looking like right now at the moment, and it is not cheap. I'm so blessed to be able to bring in a little bit of an income to put towards that, and you guys make it possible. I am so grateful for every one of you for clicking on my videos, coming back week after week. And yeah, that being said, give this video a thumbs up right now. Go ahead, if you're liking it. That really helps. And yeah, share this channel with another mom in your life, or yeah, even a teenage girl or something that you think would benefit from thinking about things like this before she actually gets to those stages in her life. But yeah, I really, really can't say enough how thankful I am for you guys, and yeah, being able to support our family a little bit. This picture here cracks me up. I feel like every mom is gonna put something like that on their vision board. It says relax, I have over here on the side. have time to relax. And I actually learned that I don't always even enjoy relaxing. So I don't know, it's good to know the type of person that you are, but I have relaxed a little bit this year, but I think that's gonna have to be something I work on again in 2020 because I need to recharge sometimes so that I'm ready to go again later. And I need to learn to slow down and just relax even if I don't have all my work done at the moment. Okay, we're getting here towards the bottom and then I'll talk about coming year in 2020, but this bread here, I think I just wanted to encapsulate the idea of trying something new in the kitchen. And for this was sourdough bread. I actually did not try making it this year. I didn't have time. And honestly, it was not on the top of my priority list. I would still love to learn to make it sometime. But okay, these 3 pictures down in the corner kind of tell a story. One, small house, which we don't have that anymore. We have a bigger house. But I wanted to, therefore, since I had a small house, be organized, which is this picture here and this picture here. But not only organized with my things, but with my time as well. And this is something that I've definitely grown in leaps and bounds with in this past year. It's so funny. A little while back, my sister asked me, she's like, when did you all get into this whole organizing and like systems and stuff? And I'm like, I do not know. But I think when I realized like I was floundering or that I needed to be intentional about my time and my things, that it just was like this hunger in me. And I wanted to get organized. I wanted to purge things. I wanted to, just have systems down and routines. And wow, it has changed my life. I don't know, I love it so much. I'm sure they will change in the future. Some things I'm looking forward to trying in 2020 would be having a better laundry system. Also, maybe even trying a cleaning schedule out. I have not done that yet. But I feel like it could work for me and my family. I don't know, we'll see. I'm not a super scheduled person, like from day to day, like Mondays we do this and Tuesdays we do that. But I'm thinking it might actually work for me, at least in the winter months. We will see. I'll hopefully take you along on my journey of that coming up here in the future. So that being said, what am I looking forward to in this next year? In this next decade, really? 2020 seems like a significant year. Whenever I talk about the future, I always talk about it with kind of some trepidation and like dread, because I'm a pessimist, not proudly. I just am, and I need to work on it. But I feel like when I think into the future, I feel like God is just listening to me talk and being like, Megan, we'll see. So any plans that I make, I want to hold them loosely because I'm obviously not in control. But I want to try to control the things that I can and be intentional about my time and my relationships and things like that. So I do not have a vision board made yet for 2020, but I do want to do one again. And some things that I've been thinking about, some themes, and I'm trying to decide a word for the year and stuff like that. Tell me what you think about this thought. I've been thinking about identity lately. It's not really a cute word, like better. Better was a cute word for 2019. I'm just thinking about the idea of who I am, but not thinking about myself too much. You know, this makes no sense at all. But hear me out. Something that YouTube has taught me over the past year is that actually, I had a friend who asked me, how can you do that? Like, people are always gonna be criticizing you and taking you the wrong way or like picking you apart and like leaving mean comments and stuff. And I got to the point where I was like, you know what? It actually does not bother me because I might do things differently than them and they might do things differently than me. And that's completely fine. It doesn't mean one of us is wrong. It means we just do things differently. And I've come to the place where I realize that, you know what? I might do some things weird or different, but that's completely fine. It's completely okay. It doesn't matter. It's not like we need to be against each other. Like if you homeschool and I choose not to, or the other way around, or yeah, there's just so many different topics like that. And so I'm not gonna let that kind of thing influence me. I'm gonna let God influence me and my family and trusted friends and yeah, just people that I look up to. And yeah, I hope that I can get a good sense of identity in this coming year, but at the same time, not think about it too much. Because life does not revolve around me and I'm not any more special or important than the next person. So yeah, that's just some things I've been thinking about. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that in the new year, but it's definitely something I'm aware of and I'm trying to balance and learn about. Some things you can look forward to on my channel coming up. I plan to do a few lifestyle videos about the room I'm sitting in right now. I actually have my next video coming up. It's going to be a tour of this room. I'm so excited to show it to you guys. It is beautiful. I just love it so much. Also, I plan to show you some lifestyle tips about being healthy and feeling good about yourself. Just anything mom related, really. I have a whole list. Some sewing videos, some modest clothing ideas, day in the life things. I'm just so excited for what's ahead and I can't wait to take you guys along with me. I really hope you took something from this, and if you didn't, take this with you. Be intentional. You have one life to live. You don't want to live with a ton of regrets. So be intentional. make decisions with the future you in mind, and have a blessed rest of 2019. I will see you all in 2020. Happy New Year, everyone.